Welcome back. We're going to take a look at a mini chainsaw that was sent to me by a company called Goxawe, G-O-X-A-W-E. And it's a little mini handheld chainsaw. Of course, they didn't pay me to do this, but they did send it to me, and they want an honest review. Okay, well, that's what we're going to give them. Now, I've seen these mini chainsaws kind of on YouTube or whatever being reviewed, and it kind of looked like they were in a, they're probably rebranded more than likely, but most of them look like they come in just a very generic box. First impressions of the box, I mean, it's really a nice box. You know, they got it private labeled. It shows the label on the mini saw. It's a nice box. Let's see what's inside. User manual, garbage. No, I want to see something. It's actually chain blah blah. It's legible. It's not terrible as far as English to Chinese translation. Yeah, I mean, it looks decent. I don't think we need them. But the research that I've done on this, what's cool about it is, well, number one, look at the packaging. That's actually packaged very nice. Now, this kit is $65 on Amazon. It comes with 2 batteries. It shows 20 volts, which would be correct because this is going to have 5 lithium 18650 cells in it, which would kind of be like on the 18 volt nominal, and charge voltage would be about the 20 volts. Okay, so the battery says 2 amp hour, which would be a 2000 milliamp battery inside. I can believe that. That's fine. I have no problem with is Goxawe. They're actually labeled their batteries, and they're giving us numbers that we can actually believe. There's a center charge port in there, which I'm used to seeing on these, you know, these type of tool batteries. They sent us 2 batteries. Yeah, both labeled exactly the same, lithium ion, 2 amp hour. This must be the charger here. Yep. Now let's look at the saw itself. But look at the packaging. I mean, the way the foam and everything's cut out. I'm actually impressed, because usually these just come in just garbage boxes and plastic bags, and this one is actually fully assembled. It feels okay in my hand. Just looking at the motor, we can tell that's a brushed motor, which that's okay. This is a 4-inch mini saw. Okay, so kind of a spring-loaded, you know, guard over the blade there. So as you cut through the wood, the blade will, or the guard will kind of raise up off of it. Oh, and they get us a little tool bag. Let's see what's in the tool bag here. Got their name on there, Goxawe. That's a nice little bag. I could probably put the charger in there too. Yeah, perfect. So what did they send us with it? Okay, got a little chain file. Oh, cool. Spare chain. So it's a 4-inch bar, so it's a 1/4 28 chain. Phillips head screwdriver, and I'm assuming that's to tighten the blade. The blade is tight. And then a little wrench to loosen up the actual bar itself. So we'll loosen that nut, and then there's an adjuster screw right in the end here, which it's already tight. Yeah, so that's pretty easy to adjust it. Another thing that I noticed is that there is no oil for this bar, and that's one reason I like this. Number one, price-wise, it's relatively inexpensive. Number two, there's no oil in here, so I plan on using something like this for my camper when we go camping. Now, I've got the Milwaukee saw, and I have a feeling that's why they sent this to me, because of my review of the Milwaukee little mini hatchet, they call it, little saw. But it uses oil, which is fine. I mean, the blade needs oil, but it's messy. It gets everywhere. I literally have to wrap it up in a garbage bag and put it in a case, really, to keep oil from getting all over the storage compartments of my camper. And I don't use it, but just very rarely. You know, if I use this 2 or 3 times just to cut a few limbs or something, or a little bit of firewood just to get our kindling or whatever to get our fire going, that's exactly what I'm looking for the camper. And the fact that it comes with 2 batteries, that's pretty good. Have no idea what the runtime is going to be, but the runtime is actually kind of subjective information, because the type of wood, the size of wood, the moisture content. We'll just see how many cuts we get out of it. Okay, so the battery feels good. It actually snaps in really nice. It's got a little, safety push button there. The trigger will not pull until we do that. It's actually pretty smooth. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna charge these 2 batteries, and then we're gonna take this outside and we're gonna wreck it. All right, so I got a piece of wood kind of bucked up here. This is the very first cut with the little Goxawi saw, so we're just gonna make coasters until it quits, until it dies, till the battery dies, but we got 2 batteries. Let's see if it'll survive 2 full charges. So that was the very first cut. Plenty of torque, really. That's actually kind of impressive. This will be a great little pruning saw. Well, there we go. Well, maybe you were counting along. I don't know. I got this speeded up quite a bit, but I got 59 cuts on 1 battery. Actually smooth. I mean, this thing is really throwing out nice, thick chunks of sawdust. Okay, so 60 cuts on 1 battery. Very impressive. Throw in the second battery and keep cutting. Well, I thought I was going to wreck it, but I can't wreck it. I lost count. What was that? The first battery, we were like 59 cuts, and then I'm out of wood now, but I've made a lot of pucks, and my hand's just tired, and I ran out of wood. But as far as the size of limb I'm cutting, you know, that's about a 3-inch limb, 2.5, 3-inch limb there, so 3/4 of the blade anyways. And this thing is just ripping right through it. I'm putting a good bit of pressure on there, and I have not stalled this once. Right up there in the high 50s, 57, 58, it stalled a few times. I guess simply because of, you know, the battery getting low. But man, $65 little handsaw. I wish, I don't know, I wish I had something bad to say about it, but at the moment I can't find anything. This would be perfect, like I said, for the camper, because That's more cuts than I'll do in months, you know. And for $65 for something that doesn't bleed oil everywhere, the blade is still, the chain is still tight, so it didn't stretch a bit. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Goksawi, the 20 volt little pruning saw, mini chainsaw. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's worth checking out, so especially for the price. So out of necessity, I have to know what's inside these batteries. Now, I've opened a lot of these and I can't really recognize the cells. They're kind of off-brand Chinese cells, you know, but whatever. Let's see what we got. So there's a little spring for the clip there. Wow, okay, these are not 18650s. Nope, sorry, they are. They, for some reason, they looked a little bit bigger, but okay. So they're 18650s, and these are labeled at 1800 milliamp, which means it's a 1.8 amp hour battery, but they've got it labeled at 2 amp hour battery, which is okay. What I do like is the wiring on this is actually heavy wires. This is actually a very well-built battery. There's really no padding or protection in the case itself, but it does have little battery isolators there. The tabs are actually welded on pretty good. It looks like it's got temperature, low voltage cutoff. I mean, full printed circuit board. Yeah, these are actually nice batteries. And again, you know, this gray cell I don't really recognize, but this is I've opened a lot of batteries, and this is much better than a lot of stuff I've opened. These wires here can actually handle the amperage, it looks like. Yeah, nice batteries. It's just got very nice soldered joints here, and so they're labeled B1, B2, B3, B4, and then here would be B5, so it is a balanced charger. Yeah, that's okay. All right, good job, Goksawi, however the hell you say it.